So this is the katarn shield generator with a switch and LED bulb or LED strip. So sorry I never got back to you. So this part here is actually you can go to, if you go to Home Depot, all the parts available here, except for maybe this, although depending on your Home Depot and where you look, this little clip thing I just pulled off of my work. They actually have these leather holsters for box cutters. So getting any of those, you can easily remove these and you just have to rivet that in. But I'll get to that later. So with this, hopefully I can have to hold the camera. This section here is actually a PVC drain pipe. It's a drain cover. So this would be if you were putting in plumbing in a shower or a outdoor drain. You'll cut this in half though, so this is just one half. In the video game there's different segments of the health bar, so that's what inspired me to get that. I cut that in half. Let's see if I can actually pop that open here. So a lot of this is going to be sheet metal. This is sheet metal. This is sheet metal. You'll need to fold it. You'll need to cut it and then fold it into a box. So if you can see here, this was sort of a square with the edges kind of cut to trapezoid. And you can customize how it looks the way you want it to. But you'll want to fold it. You'll need to drill holes into them and rivet them together. That's what these are. It gives it sort of that used future look, and rivets are really good to putting this thing together. You can use just a nail, or there's multiple ways you can put the rivets in. There's different tools you can use. On the inside, so what that is a LED strip. You can go get, several feet of them at Walmart for a couple dollars. You can get them in different colors. On the inside, you see that green-red. All I did was just get a sheet of plastic, and I spray painted some of it green and then red. And that's what gives it that red and green look. You could probably improve off of that design. You could probably get two separate sheets and actually have them different colors instead of spray painting, because you can still kind of see in here. It's connected to a 9-volt battery. You can get all the connectors and the wiring at Home Depot. They are riveted, or not riveted, they are soldered. So you'll need a solder pin. They are soldered onto the switch mechanism, which you can also get at Home Depot. So it's very simple. If you know how to solder and put electronics on, it's extremely simple. The LED strip flies around once in a while, but they have adhesive, so it kind of sticks where it needs to. And I riveted only one end of this so that I could fold it so it can close and open if you want. But that's really important, is to not rivet that, so that when you bend it, it has the room to open. The other ends, so with this, on the inside, there's actually a very small piece of plastic that comes out. You'll need to use a drill piece, a very small one, and drill in there. Try not to destroy it, but those are where the screws will go into. And if you unscrew these, this whole top part actually will pop off. So it's easy to repair, but you need to be careful. And I wouldn't unscrew this often enough, as the PVC might get weak. This is the belt clip, as I mentioned before. You can get them off of other things or use a different clip entirely, as long as you rivet at least one end in. I didn't rivet any of the other ends, it's just that one, but it works perfectly because this is fairly lightweight. The sheet metal that's brown, that rustic brown, it is sheet metal. It's the same as this. I actually sanded these, so it gives it a a more scratched, weird look. But you can probably scratch them up even more to make them look worn. I used a bit of red primer, and then I put on some brown, so it looks spotty, it looks kind of rustic. These little ends here that you see here, this and the one on the button, that's reflective tape. You don't need to put it on there. I did it on here so I knew which one was the on-off switch. And as I mentioned before, all of this, so this whole box is just a bent thing of sheet metal. So it took a few tries, but this is ultimately a very simple build. I hope this video was able to show you kind of what I mentioned before. And I painted this the gray. Hopefully this video ends that the connectors for that, you can pop the battery out anytime you want. So if the battery dies, you can replace it. And if you unscrew, if one of the solders, breaks, unscrew these two, pop this off, pop that off, and you'll be able to reach everything. I hope that was good enough for an explanation. It's been 6 minutes, so I think I need to wrap this video up before it may reach the maximum, but hopefully that works.